But God is not going to sit back and do nothing. He's going to step in. All right. So, so what they do, they pervert the grace of our God into sensuality. Very, very interesting. Pervert the grace of God into what? Into sensuality. There's only one thing that they do phenomenally well, that is sensuality. Okay, you don't pervert the grace of God into legalism. Why are we preaching about legalism all the time? Like the gospel, in the gospel we're pushing legalism. How about some orthodoxy, conservatism? How about some fight against the sensuality? That's what the Bible says, and that's what I'm saying. I'm going by what the Bible says. Okay. 4. Cousins introduces the reason Jude felt compelled to change the subject of his letter. Certain individuals secretly sneaked in stealthily, crept in unnoticed. Jude's readers must contend with false teachers within the church. Jude's letter focused on the not only the false doctrine, but the wicked lifestyle, pervert change. The false teachers turn something good, the grace of our God, into something perverse, a license for immorality, a constant temptation of Christians. Okay, repatriate or disown probably the wicked ways. You see, they this evil spirit darkness, they attack, pervert the grace of God. What is the grace of God? The grace of God is all the good things God has provided, given to us. Grace means nothing you earn. That is legalism now, right? But something God has given to you, everything, for salvation, good health, for longevity, for peace, for tranquility, for love, for joy, for peace, for shalom, everything. The flourishing, abundant life that Jesus promised. However, they turn that grace of God, the good things of God, into a license, a perversity, into a license for immorality. What is being perverse most now? Transgenderism, right? Look at what's happening now. I mean, this is in your face now. But this perversity is not just transgender, it's immorality, sexual orgies, and sleeping with one another, etc. And this is what they call, as Cousins mentioned, there is a constant temptation for Christians. Constant temptations for Christians. Romans 6 says this. What shall we say? Shall we go on saying that grace increased? By no means. Okay. We were therefore buried with him to baptism. We have been raised with him and all this stuff. So don't take the grace of God for granted, okay? So verse 5-7, Jude compares the false teaching to 3 examples of notorious Old Testament whom God judged. Even destroyed those who didn't believe, like Joshua. The whole generation of Israel was wiped out instead, except Joshua and Caleb, the one in the wilderness until they died. And also, what else? And, there you are. There's a lot of people he warned. Those people who believed and then turned to unbelief out of Egypt. And then they turned against the Lord. They're out, burned. Angels in heaven who did not keep their authority, abandoned their proper dwelling. Now God has bound them in darkness, bound with everlasting chains for judgment for the great day. Everlasting chains. Not for one day, not for 10 years, not for 1,000 years, not for a million years, for eternity. See, nobody understands what that means. You can't even imagine, So, bound with everlasting for chains of judgment on the great day. In a similar way, Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding towns gave themselves out of sexual immorality and perversion. What is the perversion? Perversion is the homosexuality. It's the LBGT in there, because the neighborhood in Sodom want to storm, the men come and want to have sex with the 2 men visitors to Lot's house. What do you call that? It's the orgies, homosexual orgies of the highest order, publicly. How many years ago? That was like 3,000-4,000 years ago. Nothing is new now, guys. And God said that is perversity, unnatural. God gave them up, burned the whole town. to sexual immorality and perversion. Why why did God burn them out, the whole town? To judge them, yes, and also serve as an example to those who suffer the punishment of eternal fire. No more messing around with God. I gotta continue next video.